Good morning, students. You are with Mrs. Srilata. I am going to explain the format of a formal letter. Formal letters are official letters dealing with such subjects as enquiry, ordering, transfer of money, reference, request, booking, complaint, and apology. These letters are formal in nature. So, it is important that the overall structure is as clear and concise as possible and that you avoid the use of informal language. Before going to the format of a formal letter, I would like to tell you some points that you should remember when you write a formal letter. Formal letters should be brief and to the point. Such letters deal with a particular subject. For example, like ordering books. There is no need for great creative or imaginative skill in this type of assignment. Keep to the point. Do not include anything unless it has a direct bearing on the matter under discussion. Let your letter be clear so that the reader knows exactly what you want. You must make sure to give all the information that is likely to be required, or else you may get more and more letters asking for additional details. Maintain the necessary formal tone. This is not the type of letter to establish an intimate personal relationship. So, it is very necessary to maintain a formal tone in the formal letters. According to our syllabus, we follow the box type of format for the formal letters. This is called as a layout of the letter, and this is a box type format. This is what we follow in our syllabus. So, the first thing, that is the writer's address, your address. Top left hand side of the page, very close to the margin. And the same way as you write in informal letters. Preferably 3-line address, no comma after each line. Then comes the date. Leave a line here. Date. Please don't write the word date. Avoid writing the word date. 10th May 2020. 10th. TH along with 10th. May M capital, comma 2020. No comma, no full stop. Then leave a line here. Then comes the address of the person or the company addressed to. That should be written after the date. Then leave a line. Comes the greeting. That the greeting is quite different from that of a personal letter. It is always dear sir or dear madam. Dear sir or dear madam, comma. Avoid writing ma'am. Short forms are not allowed. Then comes the subject. Subject should not be a long sentence. It should have only a few words. And subject with which the letter deals is indicated by a business heading that is written in the middle of the writing space between salutation and the paragraphs. That is between the first paragraph. And after the subject, that is the body of the letter. Body of the letter should be in 2 paragraphs. Don't go for more paragraphs. The body of the letter. It is where you write the content or the subject of the letter. And in this, the body of the letter, avoid using casual terms and abbreviations. It should be clear and precise, ensuring that all the major points are covered and is also not lengthy at the same time. So body of the letter, don't use abbreviations, don't use, that means short forms, and don't use casual terms as we used in informal letter. It should be clear, it should be precise, and also should cover all the points and in 2 paragraphs. Then comes the conclusion, closing of the letter. So the closing sentence should be connected to the main body and not more than in 1 or 2 sentences. The closing line must convey the action or the response you expect to receive from the receiver. That means if you are applying for a job, what you expect from the receiver to answer, that is to convey the news fast, soon. Then comes the subscription, yours faithfully, as we have written in the informal letter. Y capital, yours R no apostrophe. Faithfully, F capital, comma. Then your name with surname. In formal letters, surname is compulsory. After this, there is no comma, there is no full stop. Remember this. No, please note this also, no comma, no full stop. Now I would like to explain an example. A sample letter. You are fond of reading and like to visit the public library. However, your coaching timings clash with the timing of the library. Write a letter to the librarian requesting him or her to extend the timing of the library. So this is your question. So what is your problem? Your problem is that you are not able to visit the library regularly. You are a voracious reader but not able to visit the library regularly. So what are the points you must add? Say why you choose a library. How will you benefit from the change of time? So these points must come in your answer. So as I told you, sender's address, that is your address, preferably 3-line address. Then the date. Then to whom you are writing. The head librarian. Delhi Public School. Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, Delhi, that you can write any address. Then leave a line, then the subject, request for extending the timing of the library. Then, dear sir, children, the subject can come after this also. Just before the salutation also, after the salutation also. The subject can come. And when if you are writing after the salutation, you are not supposed to leave a line, not necessary to leave a line. Then the starting, I, Sunil Rastogi, is deeply interested in reading and often come to the public library to make my time more productive. However, the library closes at 5:30 p.m. and this usually clashes with my coaching timings that happens to be on alternate days. I request you to extend the timing of the library from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. as it would help many of us who are not able to benefit from the library due to early closure time. So, in the body of the letter, he has requested for the change of time and also told that why he has chosen the library, and if The librarian changes the time, how he would benefit from the change of time. He and others also, some of his friends. See the closing line. I would appreciate if you could consider the time extension of the library. Earlier I told you that the closing sentence should be a response you expect to the from the receiver to take. That is this closing line. Then yours faithfully, even if you don't write thanking you, no problem. Yours faithfully, F small, comma, Y capital, there is no apostrophe. Then your name with surname. Children, hope you have understood the format of a formal letter, and I request all of you to read more and more and practice more and more. Thank you. Have a nice day.